And just like that, it's another beautiful Saturday morning. We are in the dojo. Josh and Eddie got another episode of Back to the Basics served up just for you. We want to welcome you back and hope everyone out there is doing well today. We got a special episode today. What are we getting into?
Man, today we're going to get into family game movie nights, and it's something super nostalgic, super near and dear to my heart that I'm glad we're talking about. And today, we're going to just dive headfirst into family game nights. Board games, movies, Blockbuster, pizza parties.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
You remember them pizza parties.
Video game rentals, movie rentals, and pizza parties.
100.
Subscribed. Got it. I'm ready. Let's get into it. But before we do, I just want to remind everybody out there, if you're listening maybe for the first time, we do have the audio version of the podcast and the video version of the podcast. Want to say thank you to everybody who's supporting the show. We love ya.
Yeah.
Let's jump into today's episode. And
Let's get it.
Get back to the basics, baby.
Go! Family game nights, man.
Okay, I'm down.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Yeah. So game nights, movie nights, pizza. Did you guys have pizza parties?
Oh, pizza parties. Oh, yeah.
In school though, right?
Well, no, it was like we would go out and have pizza parties.
Oh, okay.
And it was you had mentioned me and Ed's.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Why is it always me and Ed's?
So for my family, in my household, it was always and always will be, unless they change it to Fridays. But so we always had pizza Thursdays.
Okay.
And somewhere along the universe, atmosphere, world, it got changed for Fridays. But in my household, when I was a kid in the 90s, it was always pizza Thursdays, and we would get me and Ed's, and I guess it was either my dad's or my mom's like favorite pizza.
Well, it's pretty damn good pizza.
Yeah, so me and Ed's, man, that family size. I think they had family size back then.
Huge.
Now it's just a large one topping pizza.
It's like family size pizza at me and Ed's set you back $45.
It would feed the whole family.
Yeah.
So it was big enough to feed like a family of 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
And so that's what we would always get. So every Thursday night, my mom wasn't cooking. So she was like, the hell with that. And we go order some pizza.
Yeah.
And so we'd get pizza and maybe go over to Blockbuster or Hollywood Video if you wanted them cats. Hollywood Video.
Nobody went to Hollywood Video.
I went to Hollywood Video, man.
So you're going to sit here and tell me, before we get into, I do want to talk about Chuck E. Cheese. Before we get into,
I did go to Hollywood Video, though.
before we get into that talk about how Blockbuster is far superior, we talked about pizza. We going to have to settle this debt right now.
It's me and Ed's all day.
Okay.
Domino's?
Okay. But
Little Caesars?
toppings.
Get out of here.
Toppings.
No anchovies.
No anchovies, but pineapple. We putting pineapple on our pizza. We got to have this talk.
Way to go, Josh. You ruined pizza.
Dude, so you're telling me you wrap your Nintendo 64 controllers like a psychopath. You eat your pizza like a psychopath. What's going on here?
I love me some pineapple.
Okay.
I will eat a pineapple for hours.
Oh.
I'll cut a pineapple. I'll eat a pineapple, but I ain't putting it on my pizza. There's something about warm pineapple, man. It's a no-go.
Dude, you bite into it.
No.
You got the cheese,
go.
the pepperoni, the crust, the dough, and then you got this explosion.
And then they make it all Hawaiian and they throw some ham on there. I'm like, oh, I want some pepperoni, man. Just give me the pepperoni.
Hey, I like the pineapple with the pepperoni.
Okay, see, so you're not the full Hawaiian experience.
I'll eat it. You know what I grew up to love, and I always thought it was disgusting as a kid, was like white sauce, chicken, and artichoke hearts.
Don't give me that white sauce. Nope. You could do light marinara sauce. That's where it's at.
You don't like
That's
the white
fire.
sauce.
Nah, I can't do the white sauce.
You don't like pineapple. You don't like the white sauce.
I'm a plain motherfucker. Just give me the pepperoni pizza. You could put extra pepperoni on it. Just
No,
load
we
it.
trying different things. We doing stuff and things.
That's where I drop. That's where I
And
stuffed crust pizza.
I think it's overrated. I'm not a crust guy. Okay,
but you could turn the crust around and eat it from.
And then you can go and play 64 and wrap your controller like a weirdo.
Well, at least I ain't going in there with wet hands after a balloon party and playing my N64 with some wet hands.
Okay, so
that make no sense.
We drew the line on pizza toppings. I can't wait until we have a Back to the Basics pizza party.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna order all pineapple with white sauce.
So everybody out there, we're gonna have our own pizza party. You're invited, and Josh gonna stay home with all his pineapple and stuff and things.
Okay, you mentioned Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, man, Chuck E. Cheese, all them, basically arcade games, right?
Chuck E. Cheese was like heaven.
If you had your birthday party there,
I used to have them all. I'm gonna put up some. If I could find, by the time this episode goes up, if I could find some of the pictures of my birthday parties,
I got a couple.
We'll insert them right here. But Chuck E. Cheese literally was like my heaven. It was beyond a theme park, right? Because at that age, you really don't understand the specialness of a theme park, and theme parks are rare, right? You only going once. Maybe if you rich, you going twice a year. But theme parks were like a special thing. But Chuck E. Cheese is in your hometown, so you could go there like every Friday night,
right next to Hollywood Video.
I was just going to say, too bad there ain't no more Hollywood Videos, but then I realized, well, fuck, there ain't no more Blockbusters either. We lost.
But you got a Blockbuster T-shirt though. I don't see no Hollywood Video T-shirts.
Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. I'll be honest with you though. When it comes to Hollywood and Blockbuster, I worked at Blockbuster.
Yeah, so you biased.
Even if I didn't work at Blockbuster, Blockbuster was superior. But there was the game offset, right? The
Hollywood Video.
At Blockbuster too, we would have like some nights I would work over in the game zone, and I think it was called the game. What was it called? The game something. It was green.
Was it Game Corner? No.
Game Zone or
it was something zone
like that.
Yeah,
I think it was a Game Zone or something. Anyways, I will admit that I did enjoy, and I forgot what the video game section of Hollywood Video was called. I did enjoy that. I would rather, there was a point, we all grew up with Funko Land. That became GameStop. Well, the Hollywood Video version of, I forgot what it was called. I'm blanking.
Yeah, we're going to have to look it up or something.
But that was actually better than the Blockbuster Game Zone.
Yeah. That I remember always going there, and that's where I would get all my video games.
I liked it more than GameStop too.
Yeah. It had a better selection.
Well, you know what it always is? It's the workers. I just recently, like a few days ago, went into, I almost said Funko Land, went into GameStop for the first...
We could go to Funko Land?
Shh, I wish. I went to GameStop the other day for the first time in over 6 months, you know, everything going on. And the dude that was helping me, he didn't know what anything was. And he made a comment to the associate that we were talking about The Last of Us 2.
Okay.
And you see, this associate, he was just me. I love having that conversation with random people about things you love, and you're very knowledgeable about it.
You get all passionate.
Yeah, and we're having this big, I don't even know your name, but we friends. So
you bond over them video games.
And he looks to the associate that didn't know anything, and he goes, do you care about spoilers? You know what this GameStop, I'm going to look in the camera. This GameStop associate literally told his other associate, I don't care about spoilers because I don't play games.
No. No, my guy.
I'm going to tell you this. If you keep hiring, your company's already about to die. I'm going to stare into the camera for the rest of the episode.
Where do you get these guys?
If you keep hiring, this is going to be a GameStop episode now.
No.
If you keep hiring people that aren't passionate about the field they're working in, your company will die. Okay, moving on.
So now we got to get a video game store, man. We got to get a drive-in. We got to get a video game store. We got to get a comic book store.
We're going to get back to the basics.
Yeah.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Where a kid?
Can be a kid.
No. Wait. Is that
Toys R Us?
Yeah, I think so. I think that was Toys R Us. My bad. Toys R Us. Where a kid can be a kid. I don't know. I don't want to grow up. I just want to be a kid.
Yeah.
I'm a Toys R Us kid, man.
I was all about the ball pit.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese.
I love that little pirate game, man. The little, like, it had the spinning wheel, and it was like a sword, and you press stop, and then it was like Wheel of Fortune, basically.
One of the things that was crazy at Chuck E. Cheese was where you can sit on the motorcycles, and it was all vibrating, and you actually have to like hit the throttle and everything.
Cool, yeah.
And it was like, you know, obviously as a kid, you're not going to be getting on a motorcycle like that and driving it by yourself, but to experience that, yes, so much fun. Chuck E. Cheese was over the top. You know, you have the arcade, you have the actual like playpen pits of the balls, and you're climbing and you're going through tubes, and your imagination is popping off, and all this stuff's happening. You got the smell of pizza, you hear nothing but laughter. It's family and friends, and then you got musicals. You got these big old creatures in suits dancing on stage, and how do you beat that?
Chucky himself walks in the suit, little mouse just going by. Happy birthday to, like, yeah, that's sick, man.
If you got kids, if you grew up going to Chuck E. Cheese, I haven't been to Chuck E. Cheese since I was a kid.
Wait, they still got them?
There's still Chuck E. Cheese.
What?
And that's what I'm saying. Just like Toys R Us, just like Blockbuster, if you have a kid, take your kid to Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
Before they close, because they're going to close sooner or later.
How about the opposite of Chuck E. Cheese? You ever went to Peter Piper's Pizza? Peter Piper's?
The one.
You remember that?
Yes. Ours was whack.
Oh, I love Peter Piper.
They had like 3 arcades.
It was cool. Yeah, maybe I'm just remembering it wrong, but it was cool.
I'm sure you had a good time.
I loved it.
I'm
yeah,
sure you had a good
it was
time.
cool. The pizza was whack, though.
What's up with pizza and arcades?
Weird, right? Pizza, video games.
It's amazing.
I mean, it's just weird that like they all just go together and we never question anything, and it's just like, here it is, pizza, video games, go play, go be a kid.
Well, I guess nowadays as a Chuck E. Cheese for adults, they have Dave and Buster's.
Yeah.
Never been to one.
Oh,
never.
No.
What? Now you can drink a beer and eat pizza.
Yeah.
And play arcade games.
The food's not that good. I mean, if you like Dave and Buster's food, kudos to you, but the food's not that great. But the video games, air hockey, arcade games, they got some Walking Dead games. You can play Monopoly. You can play Mario Kart in there. You just driving some. So that's the cool things. Is now they have that for adults.
Yeah,
and that's dope.
Do you remember in Chuck E. Cheese they had the Jurassic Park game where you sit inside the Jeep?
I remember something like that. Yeah. What I remember is one of the first like driving games that I played was Cruising USA, and we talked about it before. But Cruising USA and the arcade version, and you're actually sitting there and you got the wheel, and you're just driving, and it's something sick, man. It's special. Arcade games in pizza parlors.
Last time I went into we went to a bowling alley. And I think they have them at Dave and Buster's now, too.
That's somewhere I ain't been in a minute. Is a bowling alley.
Family bowl nights.
Yeah.
That was great. They have Mario Kart arcade machines now.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
I wasted like $20-something, and we just kept playing, and it is so much fun. You feel that vibration, that feedback.
It's a lot of fun.
Just so much fun. Who doesn't like Mario Kart?
Oh.
But, dude. Let's get into some super family talks. Board games.
It's the best.
I'm thinking, like, I've seen, dude, board games. People aren't into board games anymore.
They've evolved into, well, not, I wouldn't say evolved in a way, but now it's all about like card games, drinking games. So you have like what's the damn game I'm blanking on?
I love Cards Against Humanity.
That's the game. That's the
Yeah.
game. That was it. Cards Against Humanity. And
We should get they have a 90s retro pack of Cards Against Humanity, and it's all retro themed.
so who wants to send me and Josh that retro 90s Cards Against
Dude.
Humanity? We will play it. And
yeah.
yeah, that
Cards Against Humanity is fun, but obviously we turn into adults, and so we play adult themed games. But I'm saying even if for children, they have iPads. They're not going to sit there and play Monopoly.
oh, bro, I'll play Monopoly all day. Of course, I'm not a child anymore, but I will show my kids, my nephews.
You brought your Monopoly right here.
Yeah,
Right here behind me.
Monopoly. That's old school, man. It even says on the box, vintage.
It's tight.
Vintage, man.
It's like a big on the side. It looks like it's
a book.
It's a book, like you set it up in a bookshelf.
And I was telling you that I guess there's more to that like collection. They got
Scrabble.
Scrabble, and they're all in bookcases. I think Trivial Pursuit, whatever.
I wish I knew the line when Donatello's the scene from the Ninja Turtles when they're playing Trivial Pursuit.
Oh, what Russian novel depicting more than 300 characters? This for you, Swatters. And was set in Napoleonic War. War and Peace.
War and Peace. That's so cool.
That was always my brother's favorite line from that movie.
Yeah.
And he's just like this. He's like a Donatello.
Okay.
And he's just got all this mental knowledge and everything. And that was his favorite line from the whole movie.
And it's a classic line. It's a good line. And man, I'll tell you, I've never actually had a legit sit down playing Trivial Pursuit. Me and some friends tried playing it way back in the day, but it's like that is a hard game, dude.
I'm sure. I don't even think I've ever actually played it, like Trivial Pursuit, or maybe like an original, but maybe I played like an off version or
It's
something.
Jeopardy on steroids.
Really? So you got to know your shit.
Win wiki.
Yeah.
Your brain just starts like, oh, it's a lot of. You got to really know your shit.
I've played Trivial Pursuit, but I've played like the DVD versions. And so it's like specialized. I think there's a Disney one. I think there's like a Harry Potter one.
Okay.
And those are pretty cool.
I had a Lord of the Rings Trivial Pursuit.
That's tight. Yeah.
So it's
yeah.
all Lord of the Rings knowledge.
Woo.
That's crazy.
That Lord of the Rings Monopoly.
Oh, the little with the ring.
One ring. One ring. That's all you need.
We were talking about that earlier, and right when I was saying it, you said it because
at the same time. I
we
think
both kept that ring in our pocket.
Yeah, I would carry it even if I wasn't playing the game.
Oh, dude, I would take it on fishing trips, whatever we were doing on the weekend. That Lord of the Rings Monopoly
and I think I lost it, and Gollum got it now. So
oh yeah,
yeah, precious.
Monopoly.
That's my game, man.
So
Monopoly.
you can sit down for like what, even if it's 4 hours, 6 hours.
Bro, me and my family and my friends even, as we were getting older, nobody wants to play Monopoly with me anymore, man, because they know I'll sit there for like 6 hours, bro.
I feel like Monopoly,
go.
it's a, what's the right word? It's a.
But see, we play a different way.
You can beat people just by waiting them out.
Yeah.
Most people are just like, I give up.
Yeah.
It's been 4 hours. I got to go eat. We got to do something else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go lay down, and that's usually who wins is who can
the
wait
one who
somebody
waits
else.
the longest.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, we played a little bit a different way. I think we play
House rules.
House rules. So, it's different. You don't have to own all the properties in order to build your houses and everything.
Oh, so you can start building the motels and the houses and stuff like that.
As soon as you buy it. If you want to, you got the money.
So you're fast forwarding it.
Exactly. So it just makes the game faster. People start going bankrupt quicker, and then it comes down to usually the last two, and then it's just a fight between the last two and whoever wins.
Were you a banker?
My buddy Jason was always the banker. He was hella good with money, just like
okay. He was pocketing them 50s, right?
Hey, now I know why. I know why it always came down to like me and Jason.
The banker always they were shady, and you know why? It's because there was people always.
You tell him that.
We're gonna play Monopoly, and you got to watch out for that person because why you want to be the banker, player? You got to start questioning their motives.
He was just quick with it, man. He would just hand out all the money like hella quick, like he was dealing cards, just like.
So we mentioned house rules, and I think that was what was really cool back in the 90s, and I'm sure in the 80s, because like out of the 70s there was a lot of like tabletop games, right? You had like which I wasn't into as a kid because I didn't know anybody who was into it, but Dungeons and Dragons, tabletop role playing.
Yeah.
I got older. I love it now. I would
course.
love to play with somebody, but house rules was really cool because like when you go and go have a sleepover,
You can modify it. You change it up a little bit.
well, like when you go and have a sleepover and you play with your friend's family, they always had different house rules, and so it mixes up the same game you've played 100 times.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that about house rules. I was really anti those sticklers that want to stick to the instruction manual. Pull out the instruction manual on line 58, blah 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 section. I'm like, shut your ass up. give me them 50s that you hiding because you a banker and you a cheater. All bankers are cheaters. I said
pass
that.
go. Give me $300 just for that. Like, I can't stick straight to the rules. I just can't do it. It kind of kills the game for me a little bit.
Kills the fun.
Yeah, you lay out the ground rules beforehand, and then that's it, man. We don't gotta go and check the rules. I think it comes down to maybe trust the person you playing with.
Some people took and take board games very seriously.
Oh yeah.
It's all about the fun for me.
Bro, Monopoly would have like my cousins just flipping the board, and
my God, yeah.
if people get frustrated, man. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
They done. But you got to wait them out. That's the whole point. That's how you win Monopoly. You just wait them
You
out.
gotta be the cool one, level head.
Poker
Yeah.
face too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monopoly's a lot of fun. That's one of my favorite games. I'll still play it to this day. I got all kinds of different
We're gonna have
Monopolies.
to do Monopoly. We're gonna have to do a Monopoly game
night.
Yeah.
Game night.
Another game that I loved as a kid.
Shoots and ladders.
Never had that.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Candyland.
I knew it. Candyland, baby. That pink, baby.
Yeah.
Candyland was awesome. But you see, you have those games which is just you're just going down on the road,
It's
right?
just a straight board game.
Now that's fun.
Yeah.
But Clue.
Ooh. Who done it?
I loved Clue. Clue was I don't know why I was so into it. It was mysterious.
Yeah.
You know, I love that investigation. You got the little cards.
Okay, Batman.
Okay, yeah, Batman. Where that got more Batman?
Yeah, out here investigating.
I love that, and it was like this reveal, right? You speculate, and you who did it with what? You know, Colonel Mustard in the
house with a bar, like
a wrench,
whatever
candlestick. That was fun. When I was a kid, I had the travel Clue, so it was a little portable, and I was into that because about the time before, just pre-Game Boy.
Ooh.
So, you know, we're going camping or we're going to the coast. We're going on a drive.
Got to take some board games.
I didn't have my grandparents took us camping a lot. So right before the Game Boy, what was I doing in the car?
Yeah.
I had these little
the mobile versions.
The little mobile versions of it was Clue, Battleship, and stuff like that.
Battleship, yeah.
I can't believe they actually made
that
a
Battleship,
movie.
baby.
They actually made a movie, Battleship. I've never watched it.
I think I've probably seen it once.
Yeah, that's something you forget about. Was it Channing Tatum in it? Why is every movie Channing Tatum's in is like really bad? My bad, Channing, but it's facts.
I mean, 21 Jump Street was cool.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
No, he's getting better now.
Him and Jonah Hill. They got this. Yeah,
I like
this
Jonah
connection.
Hill.
Jonah Hill's a good
Hilarious.
actor, dude. Yeah.
But yeah, the mobile version of Clue was just so cool. I love that, and that was crazy, is to be able to play something that you only played at home around the table with friends and family.
Take it on the road,
and to be able to take it on the road was so cool. Play it during camping.
Uno, I guess, is some of the other card games and that's where you kind of had more evolution of the regular board game. Well, now you can take it on the road. You can play with friends, whether you're outside, in the classroom, whatever.
When's the last time you played Uno?
Oh,
Have you ever played Uno while drinking?
No.
It's so much fun.
No, I
It is
haven't.
fun.
My girl always wants to play Uno. I'm like, we need more people. We just need like,
At least 3.
yeah, I can't just play one-on-one.
Yeah, it's got to be at least. I think the rules are like above 2 people.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Otherwise, you're just playing like Go Fish.
And you know what's I love Go Fish, by the way.
Go Fish.
Go
player.
Fish and War.
War is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about?
On that note,
Yeah.
what would you say? Is Clue your favorite game? End all be all, above all else? Is that your favorite board game? That's question time, baby. What's your favorite board game?
favorite board game of all time?
Yeah. Chuck out everything else. You could only play one board game for the rest of your life. What is it? What you playing?
What was the board game that had that little bubble in the middle with
Oh,
the dice and you pop it?
yeah, that's Trouble.
Was it
Yeah,
Trouble?
that's Trouble, baby.
Okay, because
Trouble.
I get Sorry and Trouble mixed up.
They're very similar.
Trouble was my
Yeah.
favorite board game of all time.
Trouble.
I had that as a kid. Me and my mom used to play it, and then later in life, some good friends, we would drink and
Dope.
play 3-4 player Trouble, hella fast.
Yeah,
That is fun.
that's crazy.
It's
yeah.
fun.
I haven't played Trouble probably since elementary.
I'm
Some of
gonna
these
buy one.
games I haven't played since elementary, like Candyland probably. I've played the Game of Life older, Monopoly of course. One of my favorite games though, and I don't know if you've ever even heard of it. Most people haven't. It's called Aggravation.
Aggravation. I have not heard of that.
Aggravation by Milton Bradley. It's a great game. It's a lot like Sorry, but I think closest it's like Chinese checkers. I don't know. You ever played Chinese
Oh, of
checkers?
course. Yeah.
But it's almost the same. You got marbles. The
Okay.
board is all colored. I think it's even in the shape of a star.
Like damn near, it's like 8 people, right? Like Chinese checkers was like 8.
Yeah, so you have a bunch of different things, but every time, like if you're on the board and someone bumps you off, and me and my family would play this a lot. Me and my friends, we would play Aggravation. So
Okay.
if you're going along the board, someone catches up to you, they bump you off, you got to go all the way back to go.
Ah,
A lot like Sorry, back to your home base, and then you got to roll a certain number to come out of home.
that's literally Trouble.
It's just like Trouble. I think
'Cause
it's
you
like
gotta
a
go back
mixture
to
of
home.
Trouble and Sorry.
Okay.
That's what I want to say, but it's called Aggravation.
Cool.
And that shit, the name, it fits, man. It will
Because you
get
get
you
aggravated.
Yeah.
Anytime you start getting ahead, you get knocked back.
That's probably my favorite game next to Monopoly.
Okay, well, we're going to have to get one.
And they
we're
both
gonna have to
they
play.
both piss people off. So
Most board games do piss people off
Yeah.
because it's competition.
yeah,
And you know, and I know if you're out there listening and you had these family game nights with your family, whether it just be your parents, if you have siblings, I'll tell you what, there was at least one night where
Where
you
you
got
guys-
in a family fight because somebody got irritated, somebody got upset, and it just turned into a really bad night. Probably.
Yeah, people just start arguing and
Arguing.
fighting. Sometimes over the rules, sometimes over the play. Somebody stealing money and
Cheating.
they get caught.
And it's the fun of it.
But sort of, so to wrap it all up, kind of just that part of it is, but family game nights, it was something kind of special. That feeling of togetherness as a family. It's hard to recreate that because now you probably do it with friends, right? You probably drink in, but that feeling of okay, it's my brother, it's my sister, it's my mom and my dad, and we're all sitting around the table, and just that feeling of togetherness.
Mhm.
That's something that I remember that still sits with me today, and that's why I love family game night.
Yeah, man, and that's what it was all about, is that togetherness. And I think that when we think about the past and we think about and we reflect on family nights like that, and if we were at least blessed enough to have those memories,
Yeah,
you know,
of
not
course.
everybody has that. It's very nostalgic, and it's very heart tugging.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because when we have family members that we had those memories with that aren't with us anymore,
Yeah.
those memories are gold, pure gold.
That's all you have to hang on to remember them by is, and of course you're gonna choose to remember those happy moments and that feeling, that magic that I was saying is, when you're all together having fun and you're going back and forth and everybody's just laughing and playing board games and eating some pizza and just enjoying yourself, So like you said, is if those are the only memories that you have to hang on to, that's something special.
Very special.
It's something special, man.
And I think we live in a crazy world, and nostalgia is I think it's very important, especially for mental health and things like that, for people to like remember, like, hey, if today's not great, if you can't hold on to today, hold on to the past.
Yeah, and there will be better times in the future. Yeah. Just like there might have been better times, something that you remember that you go back to. Well, that can get you through now, and you can get to where you're going.
When I had moved out and living in with roommates, you move out of that family setting.
Yeah.
Now it's up to you
to create that
family setting, and
hang on to it.
It took me a few years, because anytime when you first move out and you're alone, you're just like crickets. Like, what do I do? This is so weird. There's no energy in the house. It's just you. But when you live with roommates and stuff like that, as long as you get along, I quickly became aware that, hey, it's up to me. It's up to us to have those things. Mm-hmm. Like I remember the first year when I had two roommates, I said, you know what? I love traditions. Yeah. Traditions are special because it brings back the nostalgia of when your parents did it for you. So you know what I did is I made them Easter baskets.
Oh, dude.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's sick, man.
And having a Christmas tree in the house and being able to pass Christmas presents, as long as you can afford them and stuff, no matter the size or the cost or anything. It was the fact that you keep these traditions, you keep that nostalgia, and those moments will become those good days, even though in the moment it might not feel, you could be down on your luck, but 5 years go by and you look back and you say, well, shit, it wasn't all bad.
Yeah,
we had those traditions, we had that nostalgia, and it wasn't a family night, it was a friends night. And you have things like Friendsgiving and stuff like that, and the more you grow, you realize your friends become your family. Yeah.
And that's how most of my friends are. Mm-hmm. And anybody that I grew up with, that I maintained that friendship, or I consider them family. Yeah. And so we do all those things. We've had Friendsgiving, we've had Christmas presents that we pass around to each other, and they come to my family parties, and that's just how it is.
The worlds collide.
Yeah. And so they're a part of my family now.
And if I feel like when it comes to friends, if your friends aren't your family, then what's the point?
Yeah, what are they doing there?
What is the point?
Yeah.
Right? Because you keep your circle close, keep it small, whatever they say. But obviously we have acquaintances and stuff. But when you have those friends over years that become your family, and that's special because you build your tribe,
Yeah. And now, like you said, it's up to you to maintain that and create those traditions and carry that on to the next generation.
Yep.
And show them, look, this is how we do it.
Yeah.
And so, when we get together with like my nephews and my friends, and now they got kids, and like, this is what we doing. So we going to show them all these video games, Mario Kart, Monopoly. Their kids are going to play Monopoly. So it's just cool to pass that on as an adult now.
And another part of that family night, you had your board games, we had your card games, we had food, and we sat around tables and enjoyed each other's company. But we also had movies, video games. But mainly you played the games by yourself, like your parents rented them for you. But you played them with that was a sibling thing.
Siblings, yeah.
But with your parents, it was going to the video store, man.
You get one movie to pick out, probably between you and your sibling.
I got it this time, so it's your turn. It's your turn.
You got to take turns. So, you get one movie, or, maybe if there's 3 siblings, you get 2 movies that you get to pick, and the parents get the other 2. So what are you going to get? What are you going to rent, Josh? What are you picking?
the memories, and this is what's sad, is that now this generation of today, they scroll. See, they scroll for a movie. They scroll through Netflix, through Amazon, Hulu, whatever. They scroll. That does not hold no weight to walking down aisles, physically picking up movies, flipping it over to see like a picture or two.
I was gonna say you got to read the back.
You got to read the
Read
back.
the back. It's like a book. You got to read the back. That's where everything's at.
And now, obviously, movies, they have thumbnails, right? And like I said, it doesn't hold a damn candle light or whatever that saying is to going into a movie store, smelling the sensory and it's like one of those things is everyone in there wants to be in there. Like a theme park, like Chuck E. Cheese.
It was special, man.
Anyone that's shopping in there is shopping for something that you're shopping for.
Yeah, we're all there to pick out movies of our favorite movies, new releases, home video. And I said that before, coming soon.
That blew my mind.
Every time you put on that VHS and you see the blue pictures now at home video.
And that's so weird as a kid. I loved watching the trailers and the ads on a VHS before the movie starts.
I'll
now,
let it play.
Let it play. And you're like, oh, cool, look at that. Now I'm just like, get this ad off the screen. Skip ad. Like, get this out of my face.
Because everything has to be faster nowadays. If it's not like this, our attention span has gone down. Everything's quick because everything's presented you in a fast, and that's why people love to binge stuff now. You binge watch. You wait weekly for weekly episodic television. Like,
ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, nobody wants to wait around for that. So that's the difference between then and now, man. And going out and picking your own movie, picking a VHS, and then eventually it evolved to picking DVDs. But
DVDs were cool. The VHSs was Be Kind, Rewind.
Oh,
right. You better and see, that's another thing. Do you like good pizza with pineapple on it? Do you wrap your controllers like psychopaths? You probably, if you don't like pineapple, you probably don't rewind.
I don't rewind nothing. Let them do that. Josh, you gonna do that.
Some people just want to see the world burn, I guess. I remember when I started working at Blockbuster, we still had VHSs.
Yeah.
It wasn't a full transition yet.
That's cool.
So we had that. We would get it was in the drop box. We'd get the I
remember the drop box.
The drop box where you return your movies, and we would have to shove the VHSs in that little rewind.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Yeah, it rewinds it so much faster than your VHS player at home.
That's why everybody didn't want it. Maybe if we had that, we would just be like, pop it in and whatever. I don't want to sit there and wait for it to rewind. I'm on to the next movie.
You got to think about the next person, though. Did you ever remember getting a movie and you had to rewind it before you watched it? Yeah, see, that's the world burning, Eddie. That's what you created.
But if I'm the one burning it, no, I ain't gotta worry about that. I'll get the movie first.
Walking down an aisle, picking out a movie was super cool.
Yeah.
I loved it. And then going home and watching it,
It's the best.
It's literally the best. So let's settle this debate. What was it about Hollywood Video that you liked? Or was it just because it's nostalgic to you because that's where your parents went?
Probably. I mean, we did go to Blockbuster a lot, but then Hollywood Video became like the newer version of Blockbuster, and there was one close to where we lived. So it was like, okay. I think at one point in time they were even on like the same street, just in different corners.
Oh,
so
wow.
it was like you could. Yeah, man, it was a turf war.
It really was a turf war,
dude. So yeah, you had Blockbuster, and then you had Hollywood Video, and which one are you gonna go to?
It's like Walmart and Target. Hollywood Video was the Walmart.
Yeah.
Blockbuster was the Target.
And they just both battling for your customer service, or your business. And so yeah, I was a Hollywood Video kid, man. That's the one we went to more, and I think it was because they had that game like that outside, or it wasn't outside, but it was the next room. They had that.
Yeah.
That next.
You walk into that little room,
and that was cool, and it was just all video games. So that was like my.
You would gravitate towards there while
exactly
everyone else is looking for movies.
Yeah.
Like, I want to rent something.
Yeah, I'm just going. I'm looking for Spider-Man on PS1.
But I don't know if you remember, Hollywood Video had the shittiest selection of video games compared to Blockbuster. I don't know if you remember that.
I was there for
Hashtag facts.
I was there for Spyro, man. I was just trying to rent Spyro and Resident Evil Director's Cut.
Oh, those PS1, those
PS1 games, man.
So do you remember how people... I worked at Blockbuster, so I see through all these schemes. People would rent a disc, a PlayStation, just for example, take it home. They would take the disc out, put in a shitty like demo disc or something that they had that they didn't want, take it back and say, hey, the right game's not in here.
Dang.
I want to replace it. And so you just literally came up on a game. Now, what Blockbuster did to stop that, and there was a couple other schemes people did, they started putting those like crazy ass stickers on the discs.
Oh yeah.
So if you tried to peel it off, it would
Yeah.
just ruin it. Bastards.
So now you literally ruined the game because you got this big old fat sticker across
Yeah.
Resident Evil. You got to do something to protect your assets there,
Your assets,
man.
yeah.
That's
I
how I
know
get it.
A lot of people, and towards the end of Blockbuster, we had like the Game Pass, the Movie Pass, Blockbuster Online, which I still think that's a thing.
There's still a Blockbuster out there somewhere.
It's in Canada?
Something like
I
that.
want to say it's in Canada.
We're going to have to go visit that.
They have like a little shrine, like a little memorial thing inside the Blockbuster. Yeah, like a Blockbuster memorial. Yeah. And so a lot of people go and take pictures. We're not worthy.
We're not worthy.
We're not. One day, that would be cool to go and visit the last Blockbuster on Earth. That sounds like a movie.
If it's still there, ooh.
That sounds like a movie.
Ooh, that's definitely going to be the title of our episode. The last Blockbuster on Earth.
It's too much goodness.
Yeah, it's like an overload of just nostalgia and epicness. And
You had asked me though, what am I renting?
I was gonna go back to that because you didn't answer my question, Josh. What's your movie, man? What are you renting? It's 1998. What are you renting?
Remember picking? I'm gonna keep procrastinating, answering. Remember going though, and what genre would you go for? Because they had the different genre aisles. We gonna watch a drama tonight, or we gonna watch a comedy tonight, or we gonna go and get a horror movie, see some
Those
Leprechaun
horror movies. I think for me probably I was like up and down the family aisle, so like Disney, Flubber and Aladdin, and so I was just like everything like kids central, family friendly Disney. But probably my dad, like a lot of Die Hard, Braveheart,
action movies.
Yeah, action movies, Rambo. So, but when we could come together as like a family film, maybe would probably Back to the Future, Jurassic Park,
adventure movies.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, like travel through time, going on these legendary adventures, and so that's what we would probably pick a lot. I think my mom, she liked a lot of the sci-fi also.
Okay.
Yeah. My mom and my brother. My brother was a big sci-fi.
Do you remember ever like renting Star Wars like 20 times? Or
probably episode 1. Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Or Empire Strikes Back.
Over.
But see, we eventually owned them. And so then I would just watch them. The VHS. I know you got the DVDs behind me.
Yeah.
It was like that, but it was the big box VHS. The collection.
I got the
of 4, 5, and 6.
I got like the re-release of those.
Dude, I would sit there late night. My dad had like this big screen TV, the big box, big screen TV.
Little CRT.
It was huge. And I would just sit there at night. I'd put on Star Wars, probably Return of the Jedi on my VHS. And I would literally fall asleep watching Star Wars every night, dude.
That's awesome, bro.
Yeah, Empire Strikes Back. That's where I fell in love with a lot of Star Wars.
And it's super nostalgic.
Yeah.
Those nights of
just remembering, yeah.
And being safe and being comfortable.
Lay down my blankets.
Yeah,
and
make a little pallet on the ground. Yeah. My nostalgic memories of those nights was me and my brother would get Godzilla movies.
Ooh, Gojira!
Yeah. So one of the reasons why I love that franchise so much, and it's how it's just super nostalgic to me, is we would rent them and they would come on TV, and we would be so small we could both lay on the couch, fall asleep on the couch, you know, and
got your feet in each other's faces.
yeah, feet to feet, and we would fall asleep to black and white Godzilla movies,
Dude.
hearing Godzilla's roar and seeing him do his atomic breath and him battling and the giant Mothra. Don't get me started on that.
Mothra.
I love it. But yeah, man, falling asleep to those movies.
It's something that sticks with you, huh?
And it was so cool to rent them, right? And you'd watch them a couple times before your parents had to take them back.
I think Hollywood Video or Blockbuster had like 5 days. 5 days to watch these movies.
Tight.
5 days.
Or it's like $48 for one day that you're going to take it back late. Late fees,
those
remember
late
that?
fees.
Bro,
That's how y'all stay in business, huh?
People would try to literally fight you if you
fees.
charge them late fees. But it was so cool how that transitioned to then you could watch these movies on cable. You know, everyone started getting that whole cable, and then I know one thing that was really cool. I don't know if they still do it. I don't watch cable anymore. But around every Thanksgiving, there was always, I don't know what channel, but there was always, every year, James Bond marathon for like the week of Thanksgiving. And so I always correlated with around Thanksgiving now.
Yeah.
I'll binge watch the
like
entire
a huge
franchise.
James Bond fan, yeah.
I'll binge watch like the entire franchise. Spend like 3 weeks just watching all the movies.
And I know you're a huge Godzilla fan too.
Yeah.
But Godzilla 2000? I love that movie.
There's not a single Godzilla movie I don't like.
Godzilla 2000? Yeah.
Wait a minute. Godzilla 2000 is a movie. You're talking about the one with Matthew Broderick. Godzilla 2000.
That's not the same one?
No. Those are two different movies.
What's the name of the one with Matthew Broderick?
That was 98. That was the American. It's just called Godzilla.
It's just called Godzilla.
I believe it was 98. Oh my God. I don't want to piss off any Godzilla hardcore fans, but I believe it was 98 maybe. And that was Matthew Broderick. It was an American.
Ooh, that egg still alive at the end of the whole thing.
It's by far one of the worst Godzilla movies, I'll be honest with you.
It's so good.
If you think that is good, we're going to sit down and watch some Godzilla.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to show you Godzilla and Gamera and Mothra.
But that's what I grew up with, though. That one with Matthew Broderick, that was like...
That was your Godzilla.
That was my introduction to Godzilla.
That's sad.
But, of course, no... But you ain't let me finish. My dad was a huge Godzilla fan, so
big ups.
Yeah, he had a bunch of the Godzilla movies, so he is what introduced me to Godzilla.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you did watch. You seen Godzilla as a kid.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason why we probably went to theaters and probably watched that Godzilla movie with Matthew Broderick. But I was a kid, so I was just loving. I was like this big ass monster.
Oh.
But yeah, so it was cool.
Yeah.
But then now you got the new ones. Godzilla versus Kong?
That's coming out, dude. I'm so excited. And we got to watch that movie at the drive-in. That's going to happen.
Driving back to the basics.
We got to get a couple cars full of friends. We got to get that Back to the Basics family out there.
Yeah.
And watch Godzilla versus King Kong clash on the drive-in screen.
Come watch the movies with us.
Yes.
Get back to the basics.
That's super, super special. That's got to happen.
See all these special things, all these great movies, video games, pizza, family, all these memories. And that's the thing is these memories, they stick with me with you and with our viewers out there. Everybody who's probably listening to this right now, they probably got their own versions of everything that we're talking about that just jumps out to them. So it's really cool to relate to you guys in that way. And that's why we do what we do, right, Josh?
Yeah, big baby.
Yeah.
I love it, man.
It's our way of connecting with you guys.
Hell yeah. What to wrap it up, what are you renting?
He didn't even say what he was renting.
I'm procrastinating.
But he wants to know what I'm renting. Hook. I'm renting Hook. Robin Williams, Dustin Hoffman, Julia Roberts.
I cannot wait to talk about that movie.
I'm renting Hook.
On the podcast.
Roof. V.
That's a good. That's
my
a good
movie,
one.
man. That's my movie.
I did.
What are you renting?
I gravitated to a lot of. I wasn't into dramas.
Yeah.
I wasn't into.
Are you renting a musical?
I wasn't into a lot of the genres. Like I say, I would go to. It would kind of what you're feeling for that night. What you want to watch.
It
You want to laugh.
depends.
You want to cry. You want to whatever. I loved the horror section. I kind of led to that, but I love the horror sections of movie theater or movie video rental stores because
slasher films.
don't see. Yeah, I had Disney VHSs. Yeah, I had, like I remember my mom got so mad. I don't know if you remember McDonald's. There was a time where you could get the VHS from McDonald's. It was Wayne's World. And I can't remember, but there was this line of like 5 or 4 different movies that you could, you buy a meal or Happy Meal, and then for an extra, like whatever it costs,
That's crazy.
you could get the VHS at McDonald's. And I remember, never forget, I picked Wayne's World.
Dude, party on.
I went home and I was watching it with my mom's, and he said, "Do you have the cream of some young guy?" My mom went livid. She said, "Take this fucking shit back."
No.
So we literally took that back to McDonald's, and then I ended up, I can't believe I forgot, but I ended up getting something else.
That line right there is...
There's a couple lines in there. She just went livid. She was like, "This is not for you." Because I was hella young.
That's probably one of the best
I didn't even
lines
know
in
what
the
it
whole-
meant.
I'll have the cream of some young guy. And he does it in such a natural way that you don't know what he's talking about, but if you're an adult, yeah.
But yeah, I gravitated to horror.
Dope. So Halloween, Friday the 13th.
That's it. Friday the 13th.
Okay.
That's it. Like I said, we're going to talk horror one day,
Yeah.
but
Scream. No?
Scream 2. Scream 2.
Kill.
Scream 2.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Some ASMR.
I can't wait for that. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that one day. So, yeah, man, we can talk about this stuff all day. It's a lot of fun, and thank you guys for watching us and everything. And we're gonna get into that outro. But until next time, everybody, thank you once again, everybody, for sticking around to the end of the episode. And if you haven't already, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that bell, and let us know how we're doing. Let us know some of your favorites. Board games, right, Josh?
Yeah, dude. What was your favorite board game growing up as a kid? We got ours. We would love to hear what yours is. What was your favorite movie rental place? Were you a Hollywood video type of guy? Or are you a Blockbuster type of person? So, you know what I'm saying? We love to share our stories of nostalgic family memories, and we would love to hear from you as well. We do appreciate your time and your energy and your support. Thank you for everything.
Thank you, guys. And until next week's episode, this has been another episode of Back to the Basics. Josh?
Stay nostalgic on that eternal quest to get back to the basics. We'll see you next week, friends.
So come and let's talk whatever in the dojo together. Let's all get back to the basics. Back to the basics.